Aid Bank provides loan facility to assist local businesses to embark on energy-efficient and renewable energy initiatives. Activities for Wednesday's observance of World Food Day outlined, and Dominicans called to use Independence Season as a time for introspection. Hello and welcome to another edition of National Focus. I'm Tarnia Green.
And I'm Jarna Hector. Stay with us for details of the headline stories and others right after this.
If you can believe this.
Come by my house and let me show you some movies.
Why can't you believe this? Some mothers don't believe their own children when they say they've been sexually abused, and they don't report it. Remember, if anyone asks to see or touch their private parts, touches them inappropriately, shows them or forces them to touch one's private parts, has sex with them, shows them pornographic material, or deliberately lets them hear or see the act of sex, then it is sexual abuse. Believe your child and report the sexual abuse. For more information about child abuse, contact these agencies. This message brought to you by UNICEF and this station.
Welcome back. Time now for the details of the news. The Aid Bank is partnering with the Caribbean Development Bank to assist micro, small and medium-sized enterprises in Dominica to embark on energy-efficient and renewable energy initiatives within their enterprises. Last week, representatives from a CDB consulting firm held walkthroughs with local businesses interested in implementing energy-efficient and renewable energy projects within their establishments. Head of the CDB consulting team, Kenneth Harvey, told media representatives on Monday that a significant number of these enterprises expressed interest in embarking on energy-efficient projects. Harvey said his company is prepared to provide the technical support to these businesses to get their individual projects off the ground.
We were pleased. We found that every place we went, there were significant opportunities for EE and RE. How will we go forward? Arising out of this workshop and the walkthroughs, we will present to the Aid Bank summary reports of what we observe, our interactions with the various MSME representatives, and the level of urgency these MSMEs indicated for initiating EE and RE initiatives. We will try to get some kind of baseline idea of what their energy conservation needs could be. At that point, the Aid Bank will engage the various MSMEs to determine, and I am speaking in very basic terms, their commitment to going forward with the EE and RE initiatives that were identified, and their potential and willingness to engage the resources, the financial resources the Aid Bank can bring to the fore. Once the Aid Bank has given us that signal that company X or company Y is ready to go forward, that immediately triggers our response to assemble the best and most available audit team to come into Dominica to begin the nuts and bolts audits of that individual or group of companies that have indicated to the Aid Bank their desire to go forward.
As part of the CDB's consulting team mission, a two-day seminar to sensitize interested businesses to the energy auditing procedures necessary to determine the most efficient, cost-effective, and appropriate energy-saving measures commenced at the Fortune Hotel on Monday. At the start of the seminar, the Aid Bank announced the availability of a special loan facility for renewable energy initiatives, which will be granted to interested businesses at a concessionary rate of 5%.
The Aid Bank, as a stimulus for economic growth and development, has introduced this special initiative by offering loans at an extremely concessionary interest rate of 5% to existing and new businesses which utilize a whole or a component of renewable energy or energy efficient measures. So whether it's a part or the whole of your entity utilizing energy efficient measures, we are here to assist you. The target sectors are private and public sector companies incorporated in Dominica, operating in the manufacturing, industrial, agricultural, agro-industrial, infrastructure, fishing, energy, health, education, tourism, and related services sector. So the point is it embraces all the sectors possible.
The concessionary line of credit will finance projects involving solar energy, hydropower, biomass, wind power, geothermal, and other energy-saving and energy efficiency initiatives. The minimum loan that will be financed under this special facility will be $10,000. Minister responsible for energy, Honorable Rayburn Blackmore, said this initiative by the Aid Bank complements measures being taken by the current administration to reduce the cost of energy in Dominica.
We, as a government and as a people, have put in place several initiatives to give concession to any company or any group who intends to embark on any project that is geared to renewable or energy efficiency undertakings. In our last budget, we gave concession to persons wanting to bring into the country LEDs. And you heard from the general manager, the LEDs are more efficient than the conventional bulbs. You may recall years ago that your government embarked on a comprehensive national program whereby homes were all fitted with energy-saving bulbs. We are just about to embark on a very comprehensive national street lighting program.
The sensitization seminar taking place at the Fortune Hotel will end on Tuesday. Now, Jarna, today I had the opportunity to attend the opening session of that seminar now ongoing at the Fortune Hotel. And it was interesting to note that over the past week, officials from the Caribbean Development Bank have been in Dominica really paying visits to a number of small and medium-sized enterprises, looking to see how they can make energy efficient use more affordable for these establishments. And what they're saying is that they're collaborating with the Aid Bank in Dominica to provide concessionary loans at 5% to those small and medium-sized businesses wishing to put new programs in place to ensure that their businesses are more efficient. Now, you know, over the past, years, we've been hearing talk about high energy costs, and the government of Dominica has taken a number of initiatives geared at reducing high energy costs. So here it is that these small and medium-sized enterprises now have an opportunity to not only talk about it, but they can actually do something about it.
What it says to me is that there is a matter of consistency, because as a nature island, we promote green economies and stuff, and now we get to see people actually putting their money where their mouth is. So it means that we can take things one step further, as you said, instead of talking about it, now doing it. And hopefully a lot of businesses will take advantage of that, and then it can be expanded into other businesses so that eventually we'll get to where we really want to be. I think that's not a story that you hear every day. I think it's something to be commended, and I think it's something to be followed. I think at GIS we should follow that story and see how it works out and how it improves over time. And I think it will only improve over time.
Yes, because it would be interesting to note what sort of measures will those businesses take on. You know, how are they going to ensure that they reduce their cost of energy? We heard the Minister of Energy in recent times spoke that government has put in place these concessions for persons wanting to import LED lights, because it's a way of cutting cost in energy. So it would be interesting to see what sort of measures, what sort of projects will these small businesses come up with to ensure that they cut cost.
I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
Moving on, the focus turns to sustaining food security and nutrition this year as the Food and Agriculture Organization seeks the attention of the public on World Food Day 2013. Since its inception in 1945, World Food Day observations serve to increase understanding of problems and solutions in the drive to end hunger. The theme, Sustainable Food Systems for Food Security and Nutrition, calls attention to today's unsustainable models of development, which the FAO says are degrading the natural environment and threatening ecosystems that will be needed for the future of the food supply. The FAO defines a food system as comprising the environment, people, institutions, and processes by which agricultural products are produced, processed, and brought to consumers. Ahead of Wednesday's observation of World Food Day, GIS News talked with the Division of Agriculture's Adisa Trotter. Trotter explained that the time is now for Dominica's population to take diet and nutrition more seriously. This is why more than half a dozen activities have been planned to involve the public in the food security and nutrition discussions. The targets of such activities, he says, do not exclude students and small children. Throughout this week, schools will host agriculture extension officers as they bring the message to youth.
Activities will commence with extension officers in the particular regions going out to do different school lectures where they will educate and inform the children on the importance of eating healthy foods. We're looking at most of the primary schools across the island, the different preschools as well, and high schools.
Tuesday takes a more informational approach when the results of a study to determine the extent of obesity on the island will be revealed via a DBS radio talk show from 6:15 a.m. A major factor of ensuring sustainable food systems and nutrition, the division says, is eating local. On Wednesday, Honorable Matthew Walter, Agriculture Minister, will launch a backyard garden enhancement project in Lapling.
This initiative is something that agriculture and the Ministry of Health see as important in promoting healthy foods across the country. So for example, you don't have to be a large farmer to be involved in food production. In your backyard, you could have your beds established with your vegetables to provide that mineral and vitamin content of your food. So it's an initiative with the Ministry of Health to promote such an activity in the communities across Dominica. It will be done at Lapland. The activity will be held at 240, the Lapland Agriculture Training Center. It will be an activity where we take you from the start of establishing a garden and all the activities relevant to actually harvest from your garden, harvest that is quality foods.
The Division of Agriculture is hoping that Dominicans will take this message personally. Besides these numerous activities this week, members of the public have their own responsibilities to consider, both nationally and personally.
The ordinary human being in observing World Food Day need to understand the importance of food and nutrition security. It's not just eating any type of food, but eating healthy foods, foods that meet your requirements in terms of your minerals, your vitamins, your proteins, your starch content. So ordinary people we the people, we are encouraged to eat healthy foods. We are encouraged to promote the use of healthy foods in our diets. So the children that go to school from young, the babies, we need to feed them a healthy food diet. And as you grow older in life, you need to ensure that your diet is in keeping with your age, meaning that as you grow older, you require less of certain fatty foods, certain types of food that will lend itself to heart problems and certain diseases.
GIS News encourages you to follow this story and will bring you an update later this week.
And Parliamentary Representative for the Cottage constituency, Honorable Reginald Austri, says the current administration continues to implement programs to improve the standard of living of nationals. Honorable Austri was addressing the opening ceremony of the Northern District Cultural Festival on Sunday at the Cabrit's cruise ship berth.
I am part of a government that understands the situation. I am part of a government that understands the pain and the suffering of some of our people. I am part of a government that has put several programs in place to lessen the impact of the hardships on our people. And I want to say to you that we'll continue to do so as a government. But we will need your support, we'll need your prayers, and we'll need your energies, because the government cannot do it alone. We have to do it as a people. And so I want to remind us that as we continue to enjoy the rest of the independence season, and as we move on towards the end of the year, that we should remember our mission, we should remember our theme, one mission, one Dominica, as we celebrate 35.
Parliamentary representative for the Portsmouth constituency, Honorable Ian Douglas, reflected on the theme for the 2013 independence celebration during his address on Sunday. He encouraged nationals to use the independence season as a time for introspection.
What is our contribution to our culture and our heritage, furthering the development of Dominica on a community level? And that is the question that we have to ask ourselves. What is our contribution towards the mission on a national level? And the mission has to be the continued development of Dominica, the continued cultural, socio-economic development of Dominica. One mission, one Dominica. And have we truly played our part in contributing towards one Dominica? There's still too much division in the country. We divide ourselves on a class level. We divide ourselves on a community level. We divide ourselves on a religious level. We divide ourselves on a political level. Yet we come together for independence and we have those glowing themes. And this year, the theme calls us to do some introspection.
Minister for Culture, Youth and Sports, Honorable Justina Charles, wants nationals to adopt an attitude of gratitude this independence season.
As you go through and look back on the 35 years, there is so much for us to be thankful for. As we look through all the development and all the things that have happened in this country to bring us where we are, the development in terms of our culture, the development in terms of education and infrastructural development, our road network, just to name a few, and our own selves, our own development as individuals, how far we've gone, our own personality development and all our developments for our own selves and family. And we need to be so thankful. Just to be alive, we need to be thankful. To celebrate that rich culture and heritage, we need to be thankful. So let us just ponder and say, and ask ourselves, what are we celebrating? Are we truly celebrating our achievements?
Sunday's cultural festival included jingping, waltz, conte, ballet, quadrille, drumming ensemble, mazouk, sotis, and flirtation. And that's the English segment of the news. McPherson St. Luce comes up next with the Creole highlights.
Allô tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole. Non, moi, c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, et Banque Dominica a couru un programme où là, il a offert public la loan et puis l'intérêt qui bien bas pour courir business à eux. Initiative ça là, kaba à mon business opportunity et puis énergie que ça serve pour business à eux. On semaine à 2 jours ouvert en Dominique Jarna qui voit plusieurs monde business et puis compagnie qui participé. Ministre Énergie Honorable Ribbon Blackmore a adressé cérémonie pour te ouvrir semaine là.
Un séminaire ça c'est un barrage qui est bien important et le gouvernement dominicain bien content ici puisque ça est qu'a faire c'est pas c'est supporter policy gouvernement pour aider mon private sector mon qui est aller en programme renewables ça c'est dire barrage comme solar barrage comme wind pour gagner équipement qui est plus énergie efficient. Le gouvernement a supporté comme ça. Comme ça, l'année passée, le gouvernement a un programme comprehensive. Le gouvernement a mis énergie efficient en bulb. À Caïmoun, ou en Dominique. Aussi, nous avons waiver asset duties. C'est le monde qui est mené energy efficient equipment. Avec renewable equipment, avec components, aussi kaba yo duty free. Assez c'est bagay ça. Peut-être là nous juste passé. Aussi nous kaba mon duty free encore. C'est ça qui LED lights. C'est ça lights que c'est mode plus efficient. Avec tout de suite nous cal mettre plus passer 5 millions solar lights. One Dominique qui street lights. Tout de suite nous cal bâti ça qui mettre solar lights about cliff là au Kenfield. So pile bagay nous ka faire Dominique pour aider mon bagay so qui energy efficiency.
En autre nouvelle, ministre agriculture a travaillé très formidable à une manière combattre maladie citrus greening. Parole celle-là sorti de officier quarantine Van Ansem.
Citrus greening ministre agriculture avait extension unit avait tout le monde nous ka travaille bien ouais pour nous garder comment nous ça garder contrôler citrus greening disease. Quand nous a dit combien de fois nous avons un citrus certification programme, ça nous a gardé pour nous garder comment nous ça pêcher maladie à d'autres places. Donc, nous savons maladie à pas place qu'on syndiquée et pas tout le monde maladie. Ce programme là présent est pour nous garder comment nous ça contrôler maladie en place là j'ai. Nous avons fait ça en Pointe-Michel. Nous avons fait ça en Wesley, et nous en Portsmouth fait travail là nous avons pour éliminer les maladies ça là.
Dominique a expecté pour taper travail les hôtels qui ont bâti en Cambridge qui est ouvert. Parole celle-là sorti du Premier ministre Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt. Si le Premier ministre Skerritt, il a expecté qu'il y ait 100 personnes taper travail en facilité cela. Travail commencé en septembre l'année 2011. Et puis, qu'on expecte pour finir tout de suite. Premier ministre Skerritt aussi fait parole que le gouvernement a une négociation et puis on accompagne l'autre pays pour courir l'hôtel là. Le gouvernement Morocco a financé un projet ça. Et puis, finalement, le public Dominique a tapé bon avis au département environ pour chaîne place la net. Parole celle-là sorti au chef département environ, M. Anthony Scotland.
Tout le monde Dominique, il y a pour mettre les ordres à dire dans la poubelle ou pas jeter les ordres assis là ou là assis doit par l'italien pas ça les places là Dominique son place qui naturel et ben nous les chaîne Dominique à garde ça et Dominique même cap pour monter quoi pays naturel la terre. So Dominique pour peut garder avec population pour à pêcher place la salle.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelle en créole pour à présent. Non, moi c'est McPherson St. Luce. Au revoir.
Coming up next, your tip of the day. Don't go away.
Do you have uncovered water storage drums around your home? Do you dispose of old tires, cans, and old containers capable of holding water anywhere in your environment? Are you being bitten by mosquitoes, particularly at dusk and early morning? Do you keep houseplants in water? Do you spend your hard-earned cash to control mosquitoes? Has your community experienced dengue fever outbreaks? If your answer is yes to at least 3 questions above, you are at risk to dengue fever. Join the fight against dengue fever. The responsibility for a dengue-free Dominica lies with you. So, get rid of the Aedes aegypti mosquito.
One of the main causes of skin cancer is exposure to ultraviolet radiation or UV rays. UV rays are invisible and are produced by the sun. Most often, skin cancer is the result of overexposure to the sun.
Most cases of skin cancer are preventable. Reduce your risk of getting skin cancer by selecting shaded areas for outdoor activities, covering up exposed skin, and wearing hats while in the sun. Also, don't forget your sunscreen.
And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and your comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm.
Friend us on our Facebook page and be sure to like our GIS Dominica fan page. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. On behalf of the entire news production team, I am Tarnia Green.
And I'm Jarna Hector. Thank you for watching.